Once you have created a test in EngradePro, you can create questions for your test. You must first access the test for which you want to add questions. If you have just created the test, it should display on your screen. If you are coming back to a test that was previously created, select Tests and Quizzes from the left sidebar. Then select the Your Test Library tab, and finally select the test. Hover over the Add Question button and select Add New Question. Select Multiple Choice from the Question Type drop-down menu. In the Question Text section, enter the text of your question. Select Show Tools to open a WYSIWYG editor for rich text formatting. Using the WYSIWYG editor allows you to embed images, videos, tables, math equations, and more. In this example, I will upload an image to place alongside my question text. To upload an outside image file, select the image icon. Then select the small camera icon next to the source field. In your Image Manager pop-up, select Upload in the top left corner. And finally, select Drop Files to Upload. Select your file and then choose Open. This will prompt the upload of the file back into your Image Manager window in EngradePro. Once the file is uploaded, it will appear with a green checkmark icon, and you are ready to return to Files list. To attach that image to the question, select the image and choose OK. Your image file is now embedded into the question text section of your question. Once your question text is complete, you are ready to move on to the next section. In the Answer Options section, select to use images if you would like your students to select from images rather than text. Use Images allows you to upload or select images for your answer choices. If you have images already uploaded into your EngradePro account, utilize the Select an Image drop-down menu. Or, to upload an outside image file, select the Or Upload New Image link. Select Choose File to search for your outside file. And finally, select Upload. Now the image is embedded as one of the answer choices for your question. I've finished uploading my other answer choices. Once all of your answer choices have been entered, ensure the correct answer appears with a green check mark next to it. Or, if you needed more than 4 choices, select Add More Choices. Another answer option you may wish to select is Randomize. Randomize will change the order in which answers are listed for different students. In this question's case, the option of Austin would be listed as a first choice for one student, but it may be the second or the third choice for another student. Randomize is a great feature to utilize in the case of group test taking, such as an entire class taking the quiz together in a computer lab. Next, enter the number of points you would like the question to be worth. After ensuring you have built the question out completely, select the green Save Question button to add the question to your test. This is an example of a student completing a multiple choice test question. Choose Multiple Choice, Multiple Select. Enter your question text, ensuring you have selected Show Tools if you would like to use the WYSIWYG editor. Select the appropriate answer options and begin entering your answer text. Ensure the correct answer choices are indicated with green check marks. If you would like to add answer rationales for your students to view after a test is complete, select Show Rationales. Show Rationales will display fields where you can enter the rationale for an answer. Students can view these rationales if you have allowed students to view finished tests and enabled answer rationale viewing in your test settings. Next, select the scoring type you would like to utilize for your multiple choice, multiple select question. Perfect response would allow for points to be earned if only correct choices are selected. In my example question, there are 2 correct choices. If I select the scoring type perfect response, Students will earn the point only if they select both correct choices. If they select both correct choices in addition to incorrect choices, they will not earn the point. Alternatively, you may select the scoring type additive with negation. Additive with negation makes each correct answer choice worth its own point value. In my example question, if I make each correct choice worth 1 point each, then students would earn 1 out of 2 if only one correct choice is selected, 2 out of 2 if both are selected, but if a correct choice and an incorrect choice are selected, the incorrect will negate the correct with a net sum of 0 points earned. To complete this question, select Show Tagging Options if you would like, and finally choose the green Save Question button. This is an example of a student completing a multiple choice, multiple select test question. Let's build a true-false question. Enter your question text. Select the correct answer, either true or false. Assign the point value. Select Show Tagging Options if you wish, and select Save Question. This is an example of a student completing a true-false test question. The question type Instructions Only allows you to convey a set of instructions or actions you would like your students to take, but does not require them to leave a direct response. For example, if your quiz is organized by a series of true-false questions followed by a series of essay questions, you may consider entering an instructions-only question in between to refocus your instructions to students. Select Save Question when complete. This is an example of a student completing an instructions-only question. Matching allows you to build either text-to-text or text-to-image matching questions. Enter your question text and select the small checkbox alongside Match Images if you want to use image matching. Check the small plus sign alongside each Matches To item to allow for more than one match. In this question, we'll build text-to-text matching. After you have inserted your correct matches, include any distractors or incorrect choices if you wish. Next, choose a scoring type option, either perfect response or additive. Perfect response. The student must get every response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive. The student will earn points for each correct response. Then assign the points the question is worth, set any tags, and save question. This is an example of a student completing a matching question. Short answer questions will allow you to set a text limit on your students' responses. Enter your question's text, and then choose between either a character or a word limit for your student's response. Students will see a tracker within their answer box displaying the number of either characters or words remaining. Select Add Passage to attach a written body of text to your question. Select the Create New Passage link to upload an outside file, or choose your passage from the passage bank after setting any desired filters. To preview the passage, select the small View to the far right of the passage name. Select the checkbox next to the passage you would like to attach to the question, and finally choose Add Passage. Also, select the desired layout you would like for the passage's orientation in the question. This is an example of the passage being oriented above the question. Finish up the question by assigning the points possible, setting any desired tags, and selecting Save Question. This is an example of a student completing a short essay question. The question type essay gives you the option of scoring with a rubric, as well as allow students to upload image or video files in their response. Enter your question's text, as well as set your text limit of either characters or words. If you would like to allow your students to attach video or image files in their response, select the small checkbox next to Media Allowed. If you have set your essay question to Media Allowed, a student can utilize the small image or video icons to embed their media when answering this question. In this essay question, I will add multiple passages for my students to toggle between before forming their essay response. Select the words Add Passage up to 3 times. And finally, select the intended passage orientation you would like. When students are viewing a question with multiple passages, they can simply toggle between each passage by selecting the bubble to the left of each passage's name. If you would like to score your students' essays using a rubric, select New Rubric from the drop-down menu. Enter a rubric title and choose your preferred table dimensions. Then build your rubric by placing your cursor directly in the level name, points, and objective cells. When scoring a student's essay after they have submitted a test, select Use Rubric, and then simply select the correct objective level the student earned. In the Scoring Type dropdown, select between Total Score or Average Score. If you select Total Score, the student will earn the sum of scores received across the rubric's levels. If you select Average Score, the student will earn the average score he receives across the rubric's levels. Finish the question by assigning the points possible, setting tags, and selecting Save Question. This is an example of a student completing an essay question. To create a fill-in-the-blank question, enter the question text and use 2 underscores to indicate where you would like a blank to appear for students. Choose to auto-score to have EnGrade automatically score your students' responses against the answers you supply, or choose Manually Review to manually review your students' answers. Then enter the correct answer for the blanks you have provided in your question. You may add more than one correct answer by selecting Add Another Correct Answer. Check Case Sensitive to indicate case-sensitive answers. Select Add Passage if desired and choose between the scoring types. Perfect Response indicates the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive indicates the student will earn points for each correct response. Then enter the number of points the question is worth in the box, set any desired tags, and select Save Question. This is an example of a student completing a fill-in-the-blank question. Close questions allow you to ask your students a question and have them select the correct response for each blank. Enter the question text and use 2 underscores to indicate where you would like a blank to appear for students. Enter the correct answer on the first row of each box, which will be indicated with a green check mark. Hit the Enter Return key to enter other possible answers on the rows below. Select Add a Passage if desired, and then choose the appropriate scoring type. Perfect Response indicates that the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive indicates the student will earn points for each correct response, and Advanced allows you to add conditions and rules for partially correct answers or more than one correct answer. Enter the number of points the question is worth in the box, set any desired tags, and select Save Question. This is an example of a student completing a close question. A file upload question allows you to ask your students to attach a file to their test. Enter your question text and the number of points the question is worth in the box. Then set any desired tags and select Save Question. When a student views this question type, they will be able to select either an existing file they have already uploaded into their Files section of their EnGrade student account, or they may select the Choose File button to attach an outside file. Image label questions allow you to upload an image onto which you can have students label parts. Enter your question in the question text field. In the Background Image section, select either an existing image or upload a new image on which you would like students to identify parts. Once your image is uploaded, click Places on the image to drop labels. Type the correct answer in each label. If you need to move a label, click the small grid on the left side to drag and drop. If you need to delete a label, click the X on the right side of the label. Then select the appropriate scoring type. Perfect response indicates the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive indicates the student will earn points for each correct response. Enter the number of points the question is worth in the box, and select any additional tags as necessary. Finally, select the green Save Question button when complete. This is an example of a student completing an image labels question. Bucketing questions clone the items that students drag into designated drop zones or buckets. To begin, enter the question text. Then determine if you would like to use images for buckets and images for items. If you would like to use an image for your bucket, check Use Images for Buckets, and then search or upload your new image. If you would like additional buckets, select Add Bucket beneath. Continue uploading the images until you have completed adding all of your buckets. Once you have finished creating your buckets, you will begin adding the items. If you would like to use images for items, select Use Images for Items. And then to begin adding the items, select the word Add next to Items and Quantities. Search for your image and add the item. Once your items have been created, add the number of each item you would like to count as correct per bucket. For example, if my students are choosing between apples and oranges, and bucket 1 should only have apples, I will put a number in the apple item field, and then a 0 in the orange number field next to bucket number 1. Moving down to bucket 2, I would list 0 in the apples field and 3 in the oranges field. Next, choose the scoring type. Perfect response indicates the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question, or additive buckets, which indicates the student will earn points for each correct response. Enter the number of points each bucket is worth in the box, select any additional tags, and finally select Save Question when complete. This is an example of a student completing a bucketing question. Ordering questions allow authors to create items with preset ordered lists that students are asked to reorder. Alternatively, users have the option to direct students to drag in available options. First, we will create a traditional ordering question. Enter your question text, and if you wish to use images as the options, select the small checkbox next to Use Option Images. In this question, we will just use text options. List the options in the correct order as you are adding them. If you need more options, select Add another option. If you wish, add a passage, and then select the appropriate scoring type. Perfect response indicates the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive position indicates the student will earn points for each correct response. And additive consecutive indicates the student will earn points for each consecutive correct response. Then enter the number of points the question is worth in the box, select any additional tags, and select Save Question. This is an example of a student completing a traditional ordering question. Next, we will build a drag-in ordering question. Enter your question text, and if you wish to use images for your options, select the small checkbox next to Use Option Images. Upload or select existing images as needed. Once you have uploaded all of your images, be sure to select the small checkbox next to Drag in Available Options. If you have selected the type Drag in, you will be able to include distractors as well. Then, add any needed passages and select the appropriate scoring type. Perfect response indicates the student must get every aspect of the response correct to earn credit for the question. Additive position indicates the student will earn points for each correct response. And additive consecutive indicates the student will earn points for each consecutive correct response. Enter the number of points the question is worth in the box. Choose any additional tags and select the green Save Question button when complete. This is an example of a student completing a drag-in ordering question.